Hey yo, I'm the MMA loser and I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk about UFC 297. Basically, this is going to be a recap of UFC 297. A lot of stuff actually happened in UFC 297. We got a new middleweight champion, we got a new women's bantamweight champion, we got Movsar Evloev who might be fighting for the featherweight championship next, and Neil Magny is back on the win column, and Chris Curtis is back on the win column. And the most important thing of UFC 297, though, it's kind of embarrassing and it's kind of sad at the same time, is that none of the Canadian fighters could win a single fight. Like, none of the male Canadian fighters could win a single fight in UFC 297. That's kind of sad, especially Canada, which, like, Canada produced the best mixed martial artist of all time. I think he's the best MMA fighter of all time. That is GSP, George St. Pierre. Canada produced GSP, and then they produced Rory McDonald, another great MMA fighter, a legend. And after that, last night, to see that none of the Canadian fighters actually won a single fight, it was kind of, heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking, at least for the Canadian fans. I mean, I'm not Canadian, so I don't care. But yeah, let's move on and start today's video. The first fight that I want to talk about is Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev. This was a really competitive fight, and my prediction of Movsar Evloev winning this fight by unanimous decision was accurate. I believe it was 90% accurate, because I said he was going to win more by ground and pound, and he kind of won because of his grappling. Both the fighters, basically, Evloev and Dricus Du Plessis, they both won their respective fights because of their heavy takedown style, because of landing more takedowns. Even though they could not really do a lot of damage on the ground, Evloev could not do any damage to Arnold Allen on the ground. He did land a couple of good punches on Arnold Allen. I think it was in round 2, and in round 3, I don't exactly remember. Probably Arnold Allen won that round, but he won by unanimous decision, right? Or maybe a split decision. I don't exactly remember. A lot of people are calling it a robbery. I don't know if it was exactly a robbery. I mean, the thing with decisions is that whenever there is a decision, somebody is going to be sad about it. Somebody is not going to accept it. Even I wanted Arnold Allen to win because of his style. I think he's a cool guy. I mean, Evloev doesn't talk about a lot, or Evloev, I haven't seen much of Evloev. I've just seen him grapple. That is what he does. But he won this fight. You cannot really cry about it. But in round 3, there was this situation that happened where Arnold Allen landed a number of knees to Movsar Evloev when his hand was on the ground. I still do not know, and I'm not sure about how that rule actually works, because you never know what happens and what does not. Certain athletic commissions, certain states accept that if you put one hand on the mat and you're a grounded opponent. In some other cases, you need to put more weight, you need to put 2 hands, you need to put your shoulder. I genuinely do not know how this entire thing works. But overall, Movsar Evloev had a good performance. I think he was less tired. He was less, I think, but those knees definitely did some damage, because he was bleeding after those knees. And I genuinely don't know if those knees were illegal or legal. The UFC definitely needs to look into it, that particular knee thing, because Aljamain Sterling used that against Peter Yan to win that fight, and it's kind of boring. It's just not just boring, it's just kind of wrong for those fighters who are strikers, because you need to worry about one more thing, that you do not end up disqualifying yourself, or you do not end up throwing an illegal strike. So yeah, I mean, congratulations to Movsar Evloev. He's going to fight probably for the featherweight championship next. And yeah, let's move on. The second fight that I wanted to talk about was Chris Curtis versus Marco Andre Burial. But the problem is I could not find a video of Chris Curtis. And I think his account is, I don't know, I mean, I could not find a video of Chris Curtis. But you get my point. I'm going to talk about Chris Curtis, the action man. That fight was a really good fight. I think the first round, it was not exactly that much of action in that fight. But as the fight progressed, as we got to round 2 and round 3, we saw more activity from both the fighters. Chris Curtis, his boxing looked really good. He did land a couple of good kicks. and he also did land a good number of elbows and knees as well. I don't think he did landed that many knees. And Marc-Andre Boreal, I think he was more tired than Chris Curtis. I don't exactly remember, but it was a good fight. I genuinely enjoyed that fight, and nobody got knocked out, and that's kind of sad that we didn't get to see a knockout. And even Eric Nixick was telling him that, hey, get in the zone, and whatever, man. Chris Curtis was kind of getting frustrated with Marc-Andre Boreal, I think, around round 1 and round 2 because he was not landing more punches, and they were both trying to counter strike each other. That kind of made the fight a bit boring at times, but overall, I enjoyed it. The fans were booing. Then after the fight was done, in the post fight interview, when DC was asking Chris Curtis, he said that, that we try to kill each other, but next time maybe we need to completely, whatever, finish each other. But whatever, I enjoyed the fight. No problems for me. But yeah, congratulations to Chris Curtis. He's back on the win column. Now, the third fight that I want to talk about is none other than Neil Magny versus Mike Mallot. Mike Mallot got finished by Neil Magny. I did not watch the fight. I think I went for my dinner. I think, yeah, I probably went. I did not watch this fight, but I did get the results that Neil Magny TKO'd Mike Mallot. That's kind of weird, right? If you are an up and coming fighter and you lose to Neil Magny, you're not making into the top 5, top 10 or top 15 for that matter if you're losing to Neil Magny, because Ian Gary, the person that nobody likes, probably one of the most hated fighters in UFC. People hate Kobe Covington, but I think they hate Ian Gary a bit more than that. The problem with Ian Gary is that he's recently made some video about Sean Strickland. Yeah, that's a different video. We are going to talk about it in a different video. But nice to see Neil Magny, one of the OGs of the game, get a win. He has a record, I think the third most wins in entire UFC career. The people in front of him are Jim Miller and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Probably, I don't remember. But Jim Miller is in front of him. I know that. But yeah, good to see him. And I don't know what to do with Mike Mallot. The dude wanted to be the next GSP, but he'll probably be the next, I don't know, whatever. He might be the next Alex Hernandez kind of a situation. The dude is not good. If you're losing to Neil Magny, if you're getting TKO'd by Neil Magny, it's not nice. Maybe he will bounce back, but he's pretty old, I think. Yeah, I don't know much about that dude, Mike Mallot, but I've seen him win a couple of fights, but yeah, not exactly something that I want to talk about too much. But yeah, congratulations to Neil Magny, OG. Now let us talk about the first title fight of UFC 297, the co-main event for the women's bantamweight championship, the vacated belt, because Amanda Nunes, after defeating, who did she defeat? Was it Irene Aldana that she defeated? I think she defeated Irene Aldana, and after defeating Irene Aldana, she retired from UFC, and then she vacated the belt. And the bantamweight championship has been with her for a very long time. Juliana Pena had it for a brief moment where she knocked out Amanda Nunes, and after that, no one else has it, right? After that, she came back, defeated Juliana Pena, then she defeated Irene Aldana. So it was kind of boring. Okay, I'm not going to lie about it. This fight was kind of boring because both of them were not exactly fighting for their strength. And even DC, Daniel Cormier, was frustrated by their fight because the one who was good in grappling she could not grapple, and Raquel Pennington was trying to grapple with Mayra Bueno Silva. And the fight kind of got boring, to be honest, at one point of time. I did not pay a lot of attention to this fight, but Raquel Pennington won this fight by unanimous decision, I believe. She was doing well. She and Mayra Bueno Silva just could not even grapple with her because Raquel, even though she was the striker, she still grappled with Bueno Silva, and she won by top position. And she was landing really good shots. She was landing the cleaner shots, the heavier shots. Even on the ground, she was doing well. And Mayra Bueno Silva could not even stand up after round 3 and towards round 4 and 5. She was really tired. It was a bad fight, dude. It was just a bad fight. I'm I wouldn't say it's a bad fight. It was a good fight. It was much better than Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis and Adesanya versus Romero or Carla Esparza versus Rose Namajunas. Those fights were like really worse. This was far more entertaining than those fights, but it's just that we are so used to seeing Amanda Nunes get into wars or get finished or just, yeah, we are just used to Amanda Nunes. And I do not think anybody in the bantamweight division is going to be able to replace Amanda Nunes that soon. And we kind of miss her already, the Lioness. But congratulations to Raquel Pennington. It's been a long time since she's been in the UFC for a very long time, and it's nice to see her get a belt. And it is what it is. And I've already talked about Dricus Du Plessis winning the belt. I've already made a detailed video about it, so I won't talk about this a lot. I'll just make short. I'll keep it short for Dricus Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. Du Plessis defeated Sean Strickland by split decision. I predicted a unanimous decision, I believe. And a lot of people are calling it a robbery, but I think it's a win is a win, a loss is a loss. We cannot cry about it. And he'll probably fight Israel Adesanya next, or maybe Hamza Chimaev, or I don't know who else. Or maybe a rematch with Sean Strickland. I'll be interested in a rematch with Sean Strickland. That'll be a really nice fight between these two. I'm kind of excited if they do a rematch or even the Adesanya fight with all the rivalry that they have. It'll be an exciting fight. So I guess that's it from today's video. If you enjoyed the video, then drop a like and please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers before these in 2024. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. And peace out.